Hello, my name is Christel Mex. I'm a councillor with the City of Norwood, Payneham and St. Peters and a newly elected committee member with the Adelaide Park Lands Association. And today we're going to talk all about the Adelaide Park Lands. I'm here with Associate Professor Robert Cheesman AM, widely recognized architect and urban planner, graduate of the University of Adelaide and Cambridge. And he wrote this book in the late 1980s called Patterns in Perpetuity. And it was all about new towns being established in Australia, Canada, and the UK. And he spent a lot of time talking about the history of Adelaide and its founder, Colonel Light, and how it was designed and the importance of parklands. So my first question to you, Rob, is why are the Adelaide parklands so important and unique in the world?
Good question, Christel. It's the story of my life in a funny way. I grew up in Adelaide. And I always accepted the City of Adelaide as it was, including the parklands, and I thought that was normal. And having travelled virtually everywhere in the world and studied the origins of the planning of Adelaide, it's quite clear that Adelaide is unique and it has had a huge influence in urban development, particularly in British planning history. In fact, there is a fair way to play the development game. There's a fair way for developers to make a dollar. It's a bit like playing footy, really. If someone sets up some goalposts, the most important thing to say, for the whole of the game, this is how you kick goals. You put them through the middle of those two. Yeah. So the whole of the game for the City of Adelaide is, in the city is where you develop.
Yep.
The goalposts are not the parklands. Now you can ask any of the major developments, major developers, well not any of them, but many of them, what is the problem with developing in the parklands? And they'll tell you immediately that by doing that, you have started to devalue the city acres. You've actually devalued their property. So imagine you build a 20-storey building, a 30-storey building within the city, say on Grenfell Street. Yep. And you have your tenants all lined up. And the whole thing stacks up financially.
You did a lot of hard work to get there.
You've bought the land, you've paid your money, you've paid your taxes.
Followed the planning rules.
Followed the planning rules. And then wacko, some bloke comes from Western Australia a couple of years ago and does a deal with the Premier to actually build on the park lands. He's actually been awarded a goal when it actually went out of bounds.
Exactly. It's
pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Common sense, and it's not fair.
A goal for kicking it out of bounds?
Yeah.
Well, who engineered that change of rules?
Yeah.
So the government now has got to a stage where they don't like the planning rules if it doesn't suit their way of getting political votes. Yeah. So, here's a bit of farmland. We'll do a code amendment and change the name. We'll change the label from farmland to urban development.
And why do they call it an amendment when it's a zoning change? That's what all these code amendments and spot zoning.
How about consulting before you actually do this? Yeah, nice. How about having a plan for Adelaide and the metropolitan area which preserves the parklands, increases open space, maximises urban development, minimises the cost of infrastructure? This is not rocket science, Christel. This is not rocket science. No. And it is common land. Common land means it's common land. It's not private land. It's not for... Okay. And this sort of thing, everyone wants to get a bit of the parklands at some stage. Yeah. We need to say no more. No more. We need more park, more open space, because as we increase the population, we need more open space. Not up in the hills, we'll have it there as well, but near where people live. That's true. Sorry, I've talked too much.
Very good. Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate you spending the time and explaining the value of the parklands to us all.
That's a pleasure, Christel.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.